High inflation and the soaring prices of food commodities recently instigated a nationwide protest in Greece as workers demand for higher wages to confront the prevailing economic hardship. Now, despite the government-initiated measures, the Greek population is, however, struggling to come to terms with the current economic reality. Now, the protesters are demanding urgent action from the authorities despite government promises to increase pensions next year for the first time since the country's fiscal or financial crisis and raise the minimum wage further. And let's have more details of that in this report.
Evgenia is feeding cats in her neighborhood. It's one of the few routines she does before heading to her morning job. But she's not sure how much longer she'll be able to continue. Earning minimum wage, she was forced to pick up a second job, but the high cost means she cannot pay her bills.
I pay 300 euros for my rent and another 300 to the supermarket. Right there is my first monthly wage. The second one I put towards utility bills, heating, water and electricity, but it's still not enough. I currently owe over 600 euros of my electricity bill, and if I don't pay it soon, they'll cut me off.
To try to deal with a massive wave of price increases, the government is subsidizing fuel, cutting sales tax for businesses and students, and has launched a so-called household basket of lower-priced staple goods. But these measures have been met with discontent as Greeks continue to feel the impact in their wallets. On Wednesday, thousands of protesters gathered to denounce a model that they say is not working for them. They are demanding more government support measures to cushion the impact of inflation. The nationwide strike forced the country's largest port of Piraeus to cancel all scheduled trips and keep ferries tied up. Greek incomes were badly affected by the decade-long financial crisis and then the pandemic. Now Greeks have to contend with 12% inflation, a 30-year high. And it's pushing many still impacted by the 2008 financial crisis into poverty.
At first it was the financial crisis, then the pandemic came. Now we have an energy crisis and high inflation. And as they say, it's because of the war in Ukraine. They keep on cutting our salaries for the good of the country, but when will it be good for me? Since 2008, I've been in a state of financial crisis.
The government is pledging to do more in the coming months, but the thousands that came out on the streets of Athens say they feel vulnerable. The Greek government increased wages last May by adding around $50 extra a month. Now they're expected to increase that further from January. But the message from unions is that people cannot wait until the new year to get help, warning if the government doesn't act soon, there'll be further protests in the weeks and months ahead.